Okay, so ito yung maging foundation ng ating ano, midterm, no? So which is advanced lean practices in accounting and management. Eh siguro nagugulat kayo, bakit accounting and management? Ang pricing and costing, hindi naman po pwedeng i-discuss yan nang wala tayong idea on accounting and management. So this presentation explores advanced lean practices. Kung narinig nyo na yung lean, hindi pa, di siyempre first time nyo siyang maririnig. Lean management, lean accounting. Merong lean management, and then siyempre the way accounting sees it is different when you put in the concept of lean, no? So lean management. So here we will cover key concepts in lean accounting, value stream costing, and so yun, value stream costing is also part of that, and strategies to eliminate waste. Hindi tayo magpo-focus doon kasi hindi man to operations management, and we also hinted at that last SEMPA, no? And then also strategies to eliminate waste, saka practical application of lean principles in pricing and decision making. All right, so this is the agenda items. These are the agenda items. So in this presentation, we will first examine lean accounting and management principles and their integration. And then we will discuss value stream costing. Value stream management talaga to eh. And then it's value stream costing and pricing, followed by the strategies for the elimination of what we call non-value added items. Yung non-value added items, guys, ano to, no? Sa concept ng lean nito, no? Lean management. So we will also explore lean pricing strategy. Ito yung pricing na nag-implement ka na ng lean. So how do you do your pricing, no? Tapos yung tinatawag na box score decision making and decision making tools and the implementation of target costing in the lean environment. Kasi meron tayong tinatawag na target costing wherein there is a given also, no? There's already a given price that is prevalent in the market, which is the same as yung sinasabi nga natin, no? Dun sa market structure, di ba, meron tayo dyan, ang sinasabi natin na perfect competition. In a perfect competition type, of a market structure, meron na tayong price prevailing, and so we should have our target cost para meron tayong markup pa rin. Yun ang idea niyan. Okay, so lean accounting and management focuses on creating value while minimizing waste. Yun yung no, number one. Kailangan ma-minimize yung waste. So when we adopt these principles, organization can improve financial performance, operational efficiency, leading to better decision making and enhanced competitiveness. So doon tayo sa may principles of lean accounting. Yan, so we emphasize value creation from customer perspective. So laging yung value creation is from the customer perspective. No? So dapat ma-enhance yung overall satisfaction and loyalty nila. It simplifies financial reporting, ensuring that the accounting processes support lean principles. Ang idea kasi dito is that there are some aspects in the traditional accounting that doesn't hold true in lean principle. So we have to do that. We foster a culture of continuous improvement, Kaizen, which is important in lean, and this must be throughout the organization, no? Ayan. Meron tayong fostering of a culture of continuous improvement, Kaizen, and yan, dapat susupport ng lean management. So dito naman tayo with the key concepts of lean management. First of all is yung maximizing value by reducing waste. So, alam na natin yung mga waste, yung tinatawag natin na DOMITO, no? Sabi nga natin, downtime sa ibang bilibro, no? D, defects, O, overproduction, W, waiting, M, motion, I, inventory, motion, yung too much motion, I, inventory, maraming inventory, hindi naman just in time, tapos T, transportation, and then O, over processing or overproduction. And then we have also yung no, yung untapped talents ng ating mga employees. Yan, ha? Waste of time, waste of processes, waste of materials. Yung core concepts include the continuous improvement, which is Kaizen, respect for people, inasabi natin to lagi, no? In Toyota, ito yung dalawang pillar eh. Respect for people and then continuous improvement. Ano ibig sabihin ng respect for people? Kailangan familiar yung mga tao dun sa ginagawa kasi sila lang naman ang makakapag-improve ng process. No? Idea ng Toyota nga is that ang power ng people, ang people ay very involved, very much powerful that they can even stop the whole production line. Kasi silang mas nakakita. So yung idea ng respect for people. We involve them, we empower them. And then yun nga, yung sinasabi natin ng just-in-time production, mahirap itong ipaintindi ah, pag wala pa kayo sa mismong manufacturing process. Basta ang idea rito is that hindi ka nag-over processing, nag-over production. Kasi pag nag-overproduce ka, you will also have higher cost kasi ni-maintain mo yan, binabantayan mo, nag-allocate ka ng place, nag-allocate ka ng space sa kanya, may security yan, may naka-detail dyan ng security, minomonitor mo siya lagi. Kasi nga, sobra yung pinoproduce mo eh. Samantalang kung sakto lang siya, in fact, sa ibang mga companies na talagang lahat ng raw materials dumating na umaga, hapon, dineliver na yan. So, walang naiiwan talaga sa company. Yun talaga ang efficiency if you will look at it. So, yung integration of the lean accounting with lean management, ang ibig sabihin niyan, yung paano natin siya in-integrate is meron tayong mga financial metrics that align with operational goals. So yung synergy na to allows for better resource allocation, enhance process visibility, and improve overall performance. So yung paglalagay ng lean accounting sa lean management is that uh, even yung treatment natin ng inventory, for example, no? In traditional accounting, inventory is just an asset. So, hindi ka na-penalize eh. Kasi it's an asset. Andiyan dyan yan sa'yo, pero sa financial statement mo, it's there. Hindi ka na-penalize in the sense na it's considered to be an asset. Whether you have like 10 million worth of inventory na hindi mo naman nabebenta, right? That will remain to be an asset anyway. So, hindi siya negative. But if you look at it from the lean perspective, hindi siya asset kung tutusin. It's a liability in the sense that it draws power from it, it draws money from it. So yun yung idea ng difference ng lean accounting with the traditional accounting. So ito naman yung value stream management o value stream costing. They are essential for identifying profitable areas and making informed decisions. Ano mo yung value stream? The idea of value stream is that yung flow, yung material ay nagfo-flow from supplier doon sa nag-check ng incoming inventory materials papunta sa first step, sa second step, sa third step. Lahat yan dapat nagfo-flow lang. Hindi yun nagtatagal kasi ang value stream, pag pumasok yan nag-order ka, 10 days bago dumating. Nung, nung dumating, hindi mo naman kagad na ilalagay yan sa may floor. Tine-check, tinitingnan yung quality. Nandun pa lang yan sa may receiving section. Pag quality control, saka papasok. So, minsan, because of, yun nga, sobrang over yung inventory natin, over yung materials, ang nangyayari, nape-pending. So, sa value stream approach, tinitingnan nila what will be uh, the right inventory and the timing ng non-value at saka non-value adding. Saan nagkakaroon ng pagsisikip yung traffic kumbaga ng goods. So, pumasok ilang days. Kung titinan mo yung process niya, ilang segundo lang yung takt time, no? O yung takt time niya within every stage of production, yung total production time, yung value adding, maliit lang compared dun sa waiting time na mag-move siya from 1 to 2, from 2 to 3, yun yung value stream, no? So, kailangan makita natin yon para malaman natin saan ba nagkakaroon ng pagsisikip, no? And paano natin siya mapapaikli yung waiting time, yung motion, mabilis, di ba? Lahat ng muda na tinatawag, muda is waste, di ba, in Japanese. Yan. So, yun yung dapat alisin para ang nandito lahat ay puro mga value-added items o value-adding items. Okay, dito naman sa slide na to, we have the definition and importance of value stream costing. Yung value stream costing, it involves analyzing the cost associated with each step. Yun yung sinasabi ko na with each step of the value stream. Ang sabihin ng value stream nga, kung nag-order ka ng supplies, ng materials, may isang step yon. Hindi naman kagad-agad nag-order ka umaga, mamayang konti, nandiyan dyan eh. Eh, di ba? Nagtatagal yan, nagde-delivery pa yan. Iba dyan, galing sa Germany, iba galing sa China, iba galing sa New Zealand, di ba? So, doon nagtatagal. Yung waiting time doon, hindi yan sabay-sabay dumarating. Napepending ngayon yung production, di ba? Ang idea ng value stream, dapat nga yan supposed to be, wala kang waiting time. Oh, anong ginawa ng Toyota dyan? Doon sa mismong planta, ando doon lahat ng supplier nasa loob. Kaya pag nag-order siya, tatawagan lang niya yung TRP, yung supplies. O, pasok niyo yung ganito ha, kailangan doon sa production sa Vios. O, di ba? Ganun yung idea niya. So, kaya, every step of the way, may kita mo. Dati, for example kung alam mo na yung value stream, 10 days bago dumating, from first step to second step, nagtitake tayo ng 3 days, from second step to third step, nagtitake tayo ng 2 days, fourth step to fifth step, nagtitake tayo ng 15 hours, etc. No? Painting, hinihintay mong matuyo yung painting, di ba? Pinapatuyo po yan. Pag nagpipinta ka, tapos bago mo ipa-package, pag na-package mo, yung labeling ka, saka mo i-distribute, di ba? Kung papansinin mo yun, ang daming yung tinatawag na non-value adding. Imagine na lang natin, kasi sa Lean, ang ano niyan is efficiency eh, di ba? Ilan yung output, tapos magkano yung output, magkano yung input, yung value niya. So, dapat yun malaki ang ano niya. Ang nangyayari dyan, napakadaki nung tinatawag natin na non-value adding. Yung value adding, which is yung time to really produce the good, maliit lang. So, imaginein mo, kung hindi mo naman masyadong mababago yung taas dyan eh, yung pinaka-input eh. Yung pinaka-output eh. Yung pinaka-value adding eh. Hindi na yung mababago eh. Masyadong nang masyado. Halimbawa, 3 seconds na gagawin mo 2 seconds. Hindi yun ang nagmamatter eh. Ang nagmamatter, bawasan mo yung mga muda, bawasan mo yung mga non-value adding. Yung dating 6 days, gawin mo 4 days mo na. O kalahati mo, gawin mo 3 days. Yung 2 hours, gawin mo 1 hour. Diba? Yung waiting time, the shorter it becomes, the more efficient the system is. So, yun yung idea na. So, identify mo yung opportunities for Kaizen, for improvement. And then, you will understand profitability and driving cost-effective decisions. Yan. Ngayon, saan papasok yung pricing? No? So, implementing value stream pricing requires, syempre, magko-collaborate ka across departments to ensure na yung prices mo reflect the true value delivered to customers. Kailangan it will reflect the true value. Dito papasok yung tinatawag natin na price takers. No? Tayo, lalo na in a perfect competition, kahit na hindi perfect competition, ganun ang tingin dapat natin eh. Kasi ang competitors natin will always pounce at us. Ang sabihin yun, yung ano siya eh, talagang gagawa siya ng paraan para makuha niya yung market share sa atin. So usually in the lean accounting, in the lean principle, tayo ay price taker. Kung ano yung prevailing rate, in fact, bumababa pa nga tayo ng konti dyan. We cannot compete by raising our price. Hindi ganun, no? So talagang kung ano yung prevailing rate, we will improve our cost so that it goes lower. Yan ang mga tanong, no? Anong makikita mo dito? Tingnan mo yung pricing, tingnan mo yung current scenario ng pricing and costing, and then tingnan mo, how do we improve this? Usually, the best answer would be to improve the cost. Ibaba mo yung cost para gumanda yung ating profit margin. Okay, ano yung benefits ng value stream costing and pricing? Improve profitability, mas mataas yung profit. Alignment of cost and customer value. It ensures that costs are aligned with the value delivered to customers. Enhanced decision making, malalaman mo yung decision mo talagang gagawin because you have an accurate cost data with customer insights, customer value insights. And then you are also responsive to market changes. Tingnan yung nangyari nung COVID-19. No? Yung sabi ko nga dito the bigger the companies, the harder they fall. Lalo na kung hindi sila flexible. Pag masyadong mataba yung market, mataba yung company, marami siyang unnecessary fats, marami siyang mga pinasusweldong napakalalaki, di ba? Pag nagkaroon ng pandemic na ganun, usually, di ba, lugi sila. Samantalang, tinuan, Toyota, nung time ng pandemic, hindi sila nagtanggal ng tao. In fact, they even went to training, enhanced training. Kasi nga, ang idea ng Japanese company sa ganyan, pag bumaba ang market, it's time to train. Hindi yung it's time to let go of people. Kasi nai-hurt yung moral lalo doon. Saka pag shrinking thinking ka, ang tawag mo shrinking thinking ibababa mo yung cost, lahat ibababa mo. Marketing, hindi ka na magpa-marketing, bababa na bababa. Ano magiging output nun? Mababa lalo. So, lalo bababa, di ba? Ang tawag doon, shrinking thinking. Ang dapat growth mindset. Ang growth mindset would be, yes, same output yung tina-target natin, pero lesser and lesser of an input. At hindi mangyayari yun kung yung organization mo ay masyadong, as I said, masyadong mataba yung organization. Maraming unnecessary people, unnecessary processes, unnecessary steps. Yan ang mga dapat alisin. Okay, so elimination of non-value added activities, yun na nga yan, it goes without saying, crucial yan in lean practices by identifying, unang-una identify, di ba? They make define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. They make principle. By identifying and removing these activities, even yung mga steps lang, companies, organizations can streamline processes, reduce costs, and enhance customer satisfaction. Ang idea nga nito, sabi dito nung nag-train kami dati sa Six Sigma, no, sabi nila, the customers are not willing to pay for those. Kasi ang idea, bakit ang daming quality control? Ang quality control, 30, 40. The customers are not willing to pay for that. Nagtatagal yung process, di ba? You only need to do it right the first time. Kaya ang idea sa lean principle is DERFT, do it right the first time. Yung bago mo ipasa sa susunod na tao, yung trabaho mo, dapat yan tama, accurate. Kasi kahit na mataas ang accuracy level mo, kahit pa umabot ng 90% yan, di ba? 90%. Pag dalawang magkasunod na 90% accuracy, actually, ang throughput rate niyan is 81% lang. Kasi 0.9 times 0.9. Pag tatlong steps na, edi 72% na lang. Kasi 0.9 times 0.9 times 0.9. Isa pang step, 63% na lang. So if you get the drift, 63% accuracy and throughput rate with just 4 steps. Ibig sabihin, sa 100 papasok dyan, 36 mali, 37 mali. 37%, di ba? So, napakadaming losses nun. Ang tawag doon, non-value added. Hindi mo yun kailangan actually. Kailangan maging robust. Yan ang term ha. Mamamaya, pag nasa industry kayo, pagtawanan nyo, wow, robust, di ba yun yung iniinom ng mga tao, pampalakas ng tuhod. Ang idea niyan sa lean, yung robust, yung system, ang ibig sabihin nun, halos hindi mo na kailangan, hindi ka na makakapagbawas talagang saktong-sakto lang siya. Oo. Kaya nga pag may umabsent dyan ewan sa lean, pag may umabsent talagang apektado. Yung linya mo, binabalanse mo maigi kasi, bawa, 10 yung linya, magiging 8 na lang. Pero same output pa rin yun. Hindi yan binabawasan. At meron tayong room for that, no? Tinitingnan yan ng mga companies. Okay, identifying non-value added activities involves analyzing processes, sabi natin, process analysis, distinguishing kung ano yung value adding and non-value adding, and then yung value stream mapping, yung sinasabi sa inyo, minamap mo kung saan by assessing yung mga activities, kung saan nagtatagal yung bawat product. Kasi yun yung kaya nga value stream map yan yung flow ng product from the time na deliver ng material, tapos pumunta sa step 1, sa step 2, sa step 3. Minamap mo yun kung ilang segundo nagtatagal sa'yo, ilang minuto yung hintay, ilang araw yung hintay. Yun. So, maraming strategies for eliminating waste. Siyempre, ang first is process optimization. Tinitin mo yung process mo, efficiency ng process, in order to eliminate lahat ng muda, yung tinatawag yung mga waste. Employee training is another one. Oh, syempre, we want to train our employees so that they adapt to the culture of continuous improvement. So, yan, fostering a culture of continuous improvement, continuous training will contribute to the lean initiatives. Ito, yung mga measuring of the impact of eliminating non-value added activities. Kaya importante yung measurement kasi sabi nga ni Joseph Juran, you cannot improve what you cannot measure. So you measure the impact of eliminating non-value added activities, makikita mo yan sa cost, delivery, quality, QCD na tinatawag. May mga KPI na nagtitingin dyan, tinitingnan mo to help track the changes in efficiency, cost savings, and customer satisfaction. Okay, ito naman yung lean pricing strategy kasi nga tayo ay nasa pricing. Ang lean pricing strategy aligns pricing with the value delivered to customers. So by understanding customer needs in the competitive landscape, organizations can develop pricing strategies that maximize profitability while maintaining customer satisfaction. So yung pricing principles focus on transparency, customer value, and responsiveness to market changes. Organizations must ensure that their pricing strategies reflect the value received by their customers. Ang idea ng pricing and costing is yung price nakaset na yan. So ibababa mo yung cost para kumita ka. Hindi mo itataas yung price para kumita. So yung cost kailangan ibaba mo na ibaba. Sa Toyota, ganyan, no? Parang instead na, okay, next year, magkakaroon ng 5% na inflation rate, hindi mo itataas ang price. Ibababa mo yung cost. And kailangan mag-submit ka ng mga plano mo kung paano mo mapapaliit pa yung cost. Yan. And usually, ano yan, nakikita yan sa pagkakaroon ng efficiency, innovation sa market, sa floor. No? Yan. Developing a lean pricing strategy requires a thorough analysis of the cost. So, kailangan i-analyze mo yung lahat ng cost. And dito sa analysis ng cost, kasama dito ay yung mga time of waiting. Kasi time means money, di ba? So, the more mong pabilisin ang process, less ang cost, di ba? So, consider mo rin yung mga customer expectation, kagbilis nila gusto ma-deliver, yung competition, tapos pati ang supplier dito, importante. Kaya dito, makikita mo, ang strategy rito aligns to everybody in the system. Kaya, pasok na pasok to sa global supply chain kasi ang idea ng lean, no, kailangan involve lahat, pati yung mga supplier sa ibang bansa. So, halimbawa, let's say, sabihin niya, okay, ang standard namin dito is 20 days. Hindi kami po pwedeng 20 days. Kailangan mabilis lang yan. Ngayon, gagawin mo 15 days, gagawin niyang 10 days, gagawin niyang 8 days. Ganun na. So, kailangan din alam natin yung customer expectation and then we also engage the customers in pricing, involve the customers in pricing process to ensure alignment between the perceived value and the actual pricing, fostering trust and satisfaction. Pero tanga, siyempre, ang kanilang customers dyan, yung mga dealership, no? So, ini-involve nila yan. Alam nila, more or less, no? Lagi may meeting yan with the dealership. Magkano yung, ano nila, no? Yung kanilang margin na nangyayari. With this, mahirap bang i-push itong mga products na to. No? Kaya, lagi silang merong meeting dyan. So, even yung lean pricing strategy ay involved dyan. So, may mga quota rin naman, no? Ng mga units, and then alam mo kung ilan ba ang nabebenta. Halimbawa sa BIOS, no? 10, for example, for the month, quota ng Ilawag, for example lang. Tapos, next month, magko-quote na sila ng okay, 10 ulit, o kaya naman, sabihin nila, wala bang way para itaas natin yung mga natin quota. So, magbibigay yan ng kanilang forecast for the next quarter. So, ngayon, idadaan ngayon yan sa mga sa production. Tapos titingnan din niya sa mga group of dealers. Kasi even yung logistics, yung supply chain, yung pag-deliver, lahat yun affected. Kaya nga papansinin mo, kailangan ito isang buong sistema ang magkakasama. Hindi po pwedeng external sa atin yung mga supplier. Kasi hindi ko naman sinasabi na gawin mo na talaga isang part ng pero ng production. Pero ang point lang is that you should involve them as well. Kasi pag hindi sila kasama sa planning, o kaya ang tingin natin sa kanila parang kaaway, hindi pong, okay, we will lowball you. Hindi pong 30 ang bid mo. Hindi, ano lang yan, 25 lang yan. You know? Lugi na yung mga supplier. Paano nakikita yung mga yan? So, in the end, you are forcing them out of the business. Paano pag nawalan sila ng business, sino na supplier mo, di ba? So, dapat merong mutually exclusive na harmonious relationship with suppliers. Yan. So, may mga organization na talagang successfully na-implement yung lean pricing strategies around the world, no? It can provide valuable insights. So, mapapansin nyo rito, merong practical application yung lean principles and their impact on financial performance. One such example, of course, is the Toyota manufacturing. Talagang sila ang nagpauso nito eh. Yung case study ng Toyota, through the years, sila talaga ang prime example dito. Mapapansin mo, even yung noong 1980s when everybody is, in the US, halos lahat bagsak, FedEx is struggling and even losing money, GM, General Motors is losing money, Ford is losing money, Xerox almost went under, and yet namamayagpag ang mga Japanese companies, no? And at the helm is Toyota Manufacturing. Kaya nga doon nila na-realize na, teka, we have to do something. No? Tingnan natin, copy natin yung ginagawa ng mga yan. Masyado kasing mataba, masyadong mataas ang cost ng mga ibang US companies particularly. Samantalang sa Japan, talagang kung ano yung kailangan lang, yun lang, minimalist. So yun. So yun yung magandang example ng mga Japanese companies. Naman, no, yung box for decision making. Ano ito eh, isang tool ito that helps organization to analyze financial and operational metrics in a concise format. Importante nito yung informed decision making by providing a clear overview of performance metrics. So, paano ba ito? So, kinukonsolidate niyan yung key metrics, box score tool condenses the importance, if the most important performance indicators into one page. Kaya nga sa kanila, um, lalo na sa no, sa Japanese company, meron yung tinatawag na A3 format. Isang page lang. Kasi, tinukuha yung sabi ko, bakit di ba po pwede yung marami? Kailangan sa sabi nung Japanese na tama ko sa pino. Pag daw 2 pages, may chance ang mawala yung isang page. Pag 3 pages, mawala isang page, dalawa na lang. Pero pag isang page, sabi niya, here, you have 1 page. Everything is in the one. If you lose, well, sa Wadasan, what if you lose the page? Then there is no meeting. Well, ang point niya is, ano ka ba? Are you stupid? Why would you lose the only page, di ba? So, parang kaya talaga kailangan nakakonsolidate lang siya into 1 page. Ganun lang siya. It condenses everything in a single page, allowing quick assessment. Isang tingin mo lang, saka hindi siya yung masyadong maraming words, lyrics. Ano siya, talagang numbers lang in visual management. Alam mo na yung financial health, operational efficiency. Para siyang para siyang balance scorecard. It aids the managers in decision-making process by presenting the relevant data succinctly. Yan, no? Quick assessment, madaling makita, okay, ito, kailangan bawasan mo to. Masyadong maraming tao sa, di ba? sa third shift, ganyan. So, paano ginagamit yung box score, no, for lean decision? Eh, yung nasa picture na to, parang ganyan ang A3, although pahiga siya eh. Parang ganito na rin, no? So, the box score, using the box score tool for lean decision, parang siyang, parang siyang balance scorecards. It enables the organization to remain agile, yung mabilis siyang makagalaw, no, in the responses to challenges. So, by focusing on the critical metrics, teams can prioritize actions that drive improvement and align with lead objectives. So, usually, ando din yung price, yung cost of delivery, yung timing, ayan. Tapos, through the box score analysis, organizations can track performance over time, financial metrics over time. At sabi nga sa 4 disciplines of execution, kailangan you should have a compelling scorecard or scoreboard. Isang tingin mo pa lang, alam mo na, and it's compelling. So, it's performance and financial metrics that you see. Financial metrics analysis, no? Through the box score. So, maganda pa niyan in some companies, no? Uh, yung yung balance scorecard, yung scorecard ay for every department. Oo, nakalagay yan. Even yung OPEX mo, yung performance mo sa operating expense, yung yung konsumo ng kuryente nyo, 'di ba? Yung yung lugar ninyo, ilang square meters yan, ilan ang tao nandiyan diyan, ilan yung output per person. Ayan, ganyan siya katindi. No? Data-driven talaga yung culture. So, dito lang tayo, no, sa last phase, which is the target costing. Ito yung pricing strategy, as I said, to ensure that the product profitability is there while meeting customer expectation. Ito, it plays a crucial role in lean management by aligning the cost with market conditions and customer demand. So, yung sinasabi ko na kung ang presyo, for example, ng BIOS should be at 900,000, hindi sila lalampas yan talaga 900,000 yan. You will only lower the cost of production, but you will not put it up. Hindi siya yung cost plus profit margin is equal to the price. Hindi. It would be the price minus the profit margin. That should be your cost. Okay? Gets nyo? So, parang hindi siya plus, kundi minus. So, kung gusto mo mag-profit ng 20%, kailangan yung cost mo ay 80% lang. Parang ganun. Bottom line yun. So, yung concept and objectives of target costing, yung setting the target cost based on competitive pricing and desired profit margins. The objective is to manage costs throughout the product life cycle to maintain profitability. Okay? So, ganyan. Tapos, ina-track mo pa yan yung product life cycle. Ito ba ay papaluma na tong product na to? Kasi pag bago ka pa lang, natural makakapag-invest ka pa ng malaki dyan kasi pwede ka pang mag-hold ng maraming inventory. Pero as time goes by, bumuluma yan, parang wala nang profitability. Diba? So implementing a target costing and lean environment involves several steps. Ina-analyze mo muna yung market, tapos cost estimation, nag-estimate ka ng cost, and then collaboration across department, mga functional units to achieve cost targets while delivering value to customers. So, maraming challenges, no, in target costing. Andiyan din yung resistance to change, lalo ng employees and management, and the need for cross-functional collaboration. Mahirap kasalit talaga to dahil may mga, like sa school na lang may mga department na talagang gusto nila yung kanila masusunod, no? Eh samantalang iilan lang naman ang estudyante nila. So, paano ka makakapag-demand? O, halimbawa, example dyan, ang engineering, sa mga schools usually kasi sila mamahalin ang engineering, ang laki ng equipment, tapos ang gusto pa nila yung kanilang field, hindi ba field trip, yung kanilang college week, napaka mamahalin, no? Ang laki ng budget. Ilan lang naman sila, tapos ang laki ng kanilang cost, di ba? So yan, kailangan sinasabi sa kanila yan. And dapat alam nila yung kanilang sariling budget at saka yung tinatawag na target cost. Yan. So dito pumapasok yung ABC costing Yan pumapasok yan. Minsan naman, nag implement ng mga companies dyan yun nga, lalo na kung merong imbalance, yung tinatawag natin na zero base. No? Kung ano yung naka-allocate sa'yo, yun lang. Okay? So, in conclusion, ito na natin, yung advanced lean practices in accounting and management lead to enhanced efficiency, siyempre yung organizational efficiency ng company, allowing resources to be utilized more effectively. Magkakaroon tayo ng improved decision making kasi mabilis clear yung data, may metrics, nakikita mo, alam mo kung saan ka magbabawa, saan ka magdadagdag, saan ka po pwedeng kumita pa ng konti. And then eventually, increase profitability. So when you adapt all these lean principles and tools, organizations can thrive in a competitive landscape while delivering value to their customers. So sa exam natin, meron tayong problem set, ah bibigyan kayo ng sitwasyon. No? So i-analyze natin yung mga ano natin, yung mga scenario na yon, and then using the things that you've learned in pricing and costing, mga tools, techniques, katulad ng mga nandito, no? uh, you will answer the question. There are 5 questions in one. Okay, so good luck.